So if you'll turn to page 8 of your catalog, I'm going to introduce you to my very, very favorite product in the entire catalog, and that is our new double burner grill pan set. This pan honestly will change every way that you cook. It is the fastest way to cook your food. It's even faster than the Rock Rock that we just talked about. What all can you do in this pan? You can do breakfast, you can do lunch, you can do dinner, you can even do dessert in this pan. For breakfast, you can do French toast. It makes it come out very crispy instead of soggy around the edges. It's absolutely delicious. You can do an entire package of bacon in this double burner grill pan. For lunch, you can do quesadillas, you can do fajitas, you can do 8 grilled cheese sandwiches at one time. You can do paninis on this. You can do, excuse me, now you can do steaks in 8 to 10 minutes. You can do pork chops in 4 to 8 minutes, depending on the thickness. If they're a thin pork chop, you're going to do 2 minutes on each side. If they're a thicker pork chop, you're going to do about 4 minutes on each side. You can do grilled salmon on there and shrimp. How many of you cook shrimp? How many of you are tired of your shrimp shrinking? It starts off this big and it ends up this big, right? So if you put the shrimp on your grill pan and put the press on top, it actually keeps your shrimp from shrinking. I've done hot dogs in here. You can do hamburger steaks. You can do hamburgers on here. The chicken breast we're cooking tonight will take 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Your charcoal's not even ready in 6 minutes. And ladies, more than likely, we all know that there's other things that your husband can finish in 6 minutes, but that's not one of them, right? So the key to using the double burner grill pan is you want to preheat the presses inside the pan. You want to do this for 5 minutes, and you want to do this 2 settings below your highest setting. Now, some of you may have a gas stove, some of you may have an electric stove. If you have a gas stove, just know that gas cooks hotter and it cooks quicker, so you don't want to go as high. So you may want to be looking at more of a medium to the medium high, but with electric stoves, more than likely you're going to have to be closer to the 7 or the 8 setting. But don't ever go above that, because this is not meant for high heat cooking. If you're going to do high temperature cooking, you really want to go with the stainless steel, but stainless steel is not nonstick. And most of us are looking for a nonstick cookware. So I'm going to go ahead and get the double burner grill pan with the presses on the stovetop and get it preheating. So how many of you, what's the first thing that you looked at when you looked at that grill pan on page 8?
Price.
The price. So I'm going to tell you why our price is $250, and I'm going to tell you how by telling you how it's made and why we can offer the lifetime guarantee. And then you're going to understand why it costs what it costs, but then you'll also understand that it'll be the last time you ever pay this for any kind of a piece of cookware. So, how many of you have ever owned a Teflon coated pan? Right? What do? They scratch, they peel. It ends up in your food because it peels off into your food and it ends up in your digestive system. It's extremely toxic for you. And everybody wonders why we have all these 3-letter diseases in our world these days, right? So, ours is not Teflon coated. It's an autographed DuPont nonstick material, and what I mean by that is it's actually a nonstick material that's adhered to the metal. So it's layer upon layer upon layer upon layer. So it's not just the inside of the pan that's nonstick, but the outside of the pan is nonstick as well. So let's talk about the core of the pan. How many of you have ever put butter or oil into a pan and everything kind of goes to one side? That's because your pan is warped. Majority of cookware on our market these days is made with an aluminum core. That's because it's extremely appealing because it makes the cookware lightweight. But what people don't understand is it's actually aluminum reshapes very easily with high heat temperatures. So you go home, you get that new skillet from Bed Bath & Beyond or Target, and you jack it up to the high temperature, and now you've just warped your pan. I said the core of our pans contain titanium. Titanium. They make hip replacements out of titanium. There's a reason for this, because it's a very hardy, sturdy, durable metal. It's not going to warp on you. So now that you know what it's made out of and that it's not going to peel off into your food, it's a safer way to cook your food, and that this pan is not going to warp on you, then you can understand why it's $250. But let me break it down for you, because if you use this pan for even just 20 years, and you know it's got a lifetime guarantee on it, so you can use it for the rest of your life. But let's just say 20 years. You're only spending $12.50 a year for a good quality piece of cookware. Boom!
That's a great. I think
Night-night.
that's great. I think that's